In the previous lecture, I have discussed about angle of repose. What is angle of repose? The particular angle at which the body starts sliding, ready to slide, is called as the angle of repose. And we have derived the formula for coefficient of static friction also from angle of repose as mu s is equal to tan alpha. Fine. That was the case when the body is ready to slide. Today I am going to explain about the case in which the body is actually sliding. So the body is sliding downwards, say with an acceleration a. When the body is sliding, then there is Fs or Fk. Yeah, definitely there is no Fs, there will be Fk only. So when the body is sliding downwards with an acceleration a, then what is the net force acting on the body? Is equal to F is equal to m into a, that's all, where m is the mass of the body and a is the net acceleration with which the body is sliding, which is equal to the resultant force. As F is greater than Fk, that's why the body is sliding. So the net force is nothing but F minus Fk, that is equal to, what is F actually? F means the force which is acting along the incline in the downward direction, that is mg sin theta. We already discussed. F is equal to how much? If it is at rest, these two are equal, but if it is not at rest, this F is the external force, is equal to mg sin theta minus Fk is equal to how much? Mu k into n. But what was n? N is equal to mg cos theta. So that is ma is equal to cos theta. So can I take anything common? Yeah, mg can be taken out. Mm gets cancelled, and then a is equal to how much? That's all. So this is the acceleration with which the body is sliding downwards. Now our equation motion can be used here. How to use our equations of motion with this acceleration? Let us see now. First equation, v equal to u plus at, where v is the velocity with which it reaches the bottom or at any other place other than the initial position. So velocity at that point is given by, if it is released, u equal to 0 and a is equal to how much? This. So you can place here, and t means time. After what time the final velocity we are going to find. So you can use that equation like that. Next come to the second equation. S is equal to ut. If it is released, this becomes 0 plus half. In place of a, we have to put this again into t square. And third one, v square minus 0 square equal to 2 into a into s, where a equal to this again. Got it? Now let us discuss the same for a smooth surface. What happens? Let us see now. Yeah, see, if it is a smooth surface, what is the only difference? The only difference is there is no friction, means there is no coefficient of friction, means mu becomes 0. That's all. So this term will not be there in case of a smooth surface. Now the acceleration is equal to g sin theta. That's all. Now what about our first equation? V equal to u plus at. If it is released, u equal to 0. So v equal to g sin theta into t. That's all. What about our second equation? S is equal to ut. If it is released, this becomes 0 plus half into a means g sin theta into t square. And third one, v square minus u square equal to 2as. Third one, v square minus 0 square equal to 2a means g sin theta into s, where s is the displacement. For example, it is coming from this point to enter this point. This is our displacement. So v square equal to 2g into, instead of sin theta, what can I write? Let us see now. Sin theta is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse. If this is the height of the inclined plane, So h by s. So this sin theta becomes h by s. S gets cancelled, and v square equal to how much? 2gh. Have you ever seen this formula 2gh? Yes. In case of a freely falling body, we have seen it where h is the height from which it is falling. Means in case of a smooth inclined plane, it is independent upon the angle. It depends only on the height from where it is falling. Means even if this is the height, if the object is sliding like this along this plane or this plane or this plane or this plane, or it is falling directly from here to here, the final velocity will be same. So remember, in case of a smooth inclined plane, the final velocity is independent upon the angle of inclination. It depends only upon the height from which it is falling. Is it clear? But what about the time? Final velocity is same, but as the distance is different from here, this case to this case, this case to this case, the time will be differed. So here the time, which you can get from second equation, time depends upon angle, but the final velocity is independent upon the angle. Is it clear? Good. So this is the case when the body is sliding downward direction.